There was no collapse. The Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions for the first time, and they took about the hardest path possible to the title. Sam Reinhart and Carter Verhaeghe scored goals, Sergei Bobrovsky made 23 saves, and the Panthers beat the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 on Monday night in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. It was the third title round appearance in Florida's 30-year history. It was swept in 1996 by Colorado and routed 4-1 by Vegas last season. This time, they were on the right side of history, after avoiding what would have been a historic collapse. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has left a British prison ahead of a court hearing where he is expected to plead guilty in a deal with the US Justice Department that will resolve a long-running legal saga over the publication of a trove of classified documents. Assange is scheduled to appear in the US federal court in the Northern Mariana Islands to plead guilty to an Espionage Act charge. Assange is expected to be sentenced to the 5 years he has already spent in the high-security British prison while fighting to avoid extradition to the US to face charges. In a statement posted on X, WikiLeaks said it was grateful for all who stood by us, fought for us, and remained utterly committed in the fight for his freedom. The prospect of a full-scale war between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah militia terrifies people on both sides of the border. But some see it as an inevitable fallout from Israel's ongoing war against Hamas in Gaza, particularly as ceasefire negotiations have faltered. Such a war could be the most destructive either side has ever experienced. Israel and Hezbollah each have lessons from their last war in 2006. That month-long conflict ended in a draw. They've also had nearly 9 months to prepare for another war, even as the United States tries to prevent a widening of the conflict that could drag it into a confrontation with Iran.
Big record companies are suing artificial intelligence song generators Suno and Udio for copyright infringement. They are alleging that the AI music startups are exploiting the recorded works of artists from Chuck Berry to Mariah Carey. The Recording Industry Association of America announced the lawsuits Monday brought by labels including Sony Music Entertainment, Universal Music Group, and Warner Records. RIAA Chairman and CEO Mitch Glazier says the music industry is already collaborating with responsible AI developers, but says Suno and Udio are unlicensed services that copy an artist's life's work and exploit it for their own profit without consent or pay. Civil liberties groups have filed a lawsuit challenging Louisiana's new law mandating that the 10 Commandments must be displayed in every public school classroom. Plaintiffs in the suit filed Monday include parents of Louisiana public school children, represented by attorneys with the American Civil Liberties Union Foundation, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, and the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Opponents argue that the law is a violation of separation of church and state, and that the display will isolate students, especially those who are not Christian. Proponents say the measure is not solely religious and has historical significance. In the language of the law, the 10 Commandments are foundational documents of our state and national government.